I am going to teach you how to make a vision board that gets you massive results. 5 years ago, I made a vision board. A few months ago, I realized that everything on the vision board had come true. I was cooking in my kitchen in my new house, and I realized this kitchen is the same kitchen from that vision board. I didn't have the vision board anymore, but I did make a course 5 years ago that had the vision board in it, where I taught people how to make a vision board. So I ran upstairs to my office and I clicked on the video, and what I saw blew my mind. Every single thing from my vision board 5 years ago, it was true, it was real, I was living it. I was in my vision board. So what did I manifest? A best-selling self-published book with 100,000 copies sold and over 1 million audios listened to. I've had over 1,300 students in my programs. I'm living in my dream house and my dream kitchen. I have now the body of my dreams. I've lost 50 pounds and I feel sexy. I have magical relationships with my husband and my children. The coolest thing is, when I saw this vision board a few months ago, there was one thing that stuck out as not making sense to me. There was a picture of a family canoeing. And I thought to myself, well, that's weird. I don't remember wanting to canoe with my family. And obviously that hasn't come true because my kids are so little, I don't want to take them canoeing. That sounds dangerous. I just kind of chalked that one up to that was some weird idea I had that I didn't want to do. I showed my vision board to my husband though, and he's like, Erin, don't you remember? They are canoeing with dolphins. And I was like, oh, you are kidding me. Holy cow. Because a few months before we were in the Florida Keys and we passed a billboard for meeting dolphins. And my husband and I said, the kids would love that. Let's do that. We took our children to meet dolphins. I want you to create a vision board this year that gets you massive results like this as well. Truly, right now in the New Year's portal for the first few weeks of the year is the most powerful manifesting energy, and I want you to take advantage of it. I want you to create something that gets you massive results. Step number one to creating a vision board that gets you massive results is you creating your true identity. Well, what does that mean? Isn't who you are right now your true identity? It's an identity that you have been playing with, that you have been experiencing life as, but it's definitely not your true identity, because the highest truth for each and every one of us is that you are God. You are Source embodied in physical form. And if that is your highest, most true identity, then how could who you have been playing as be your actual true identity? It's not. And that's why there can be those feelings of feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling off path. Because when we are not embodying the highest expression of us, we feel like something's missing because it is. It does not matter how much you have sucked and failed every single moment up until now. All that matters is, are you connecting in with the identity of the highest version of you on a daily basis? And if not, then your first vision is connecting into the power and the confident identity that reflects who you really are as a soul. Because you are not weak, you are not powerless, you are not insignificant, you are absolutely incredible. So how do you connect into the identity? So this step is really moving out of the lower frequencies of asking questions like, how do I get the universe to give me stuff? And it's moving into the higher frequencies of, what am I here to do to contribute to the expansion of the universe? Who am I choosing to be, to embody, to live as? And the answer should always be the highest version of you, your truth. Because this is the version of you that leads you to joy, to happiness, to expansion, to peace, to harmony. This is not that fake it till you make it garbage. This is instead, I am choosing to connect into the highest part of me. And who is that? What does he or she believe? What does he or she stand for? What qualities is he or she so lit up with that they are shining brightly, excited about life? What is your true, real, soul-aligned identity? Tap into that and then ask yourself, when I'm living as the real, soul-aligned version of me, when that's who I am being every day, I enter a room and people turn and stare and say, look at how bright they are shining. Look at how incredible they are. When you are that version of you, what do your relationships look like? What does your home look like? What does your car look like? What does your body look like? And how do you feel every day? That's what you want to put on your vision board, your highest truth. The second step to creating a vision board that gets you massive results is that everything that you put on this vision board has to be soul aligned. While it is true that we are all God's source embodied, we all have individual soul blueprints. These soul blueprints guide us. They lead us in the direction that we are meant to go in. And so if we are putting things on our vision board that are not soul aligned, it makes things very difficult. It brings us a lot of lessons very, very fast. And we want to skip over that. Your vision board should be full of things that light you the F up. When you look at it, it should be yes. Yes, that's what I really want. That's the real thing. Oh my gosh, this is it. This makes my heart sing. It makes tears well out of my eyes. This is my thing. So often we look at vision boards as a checklist that we need to check off to move on. And we look at our manifestation practices like this as well. And it's really a shame because it's the simple things like vision boards that bring in massive results. In general, simple is how we are designed to operate. And we're over here being human and complicating things way more than necessary. So I'm going to tell you a little secret. Often, when we are trying to manifest something, we'll water down our manifestations. And we'll say, what I really want is this, but I don't see how I could possibly get there from where I am right now. So instead of trying to manifest that, I'm going to do the smart, logical thing, and I'm going to manifest something in between, something that's a little bit better than what I have now. It's not the real big true thing, but it's a stepping stone to it, right? Don't do that because your soul will not get up and move for the watered down thing. It's got to be soul aligned for the energy from within to back you in moving towards it. Which means if you have watered down what you want to create, then doing any sort of visioning or manifesting around it is going to feel so boring that you will only do it for a day or two before you quit. So it does not pay off to water down the things that you put on the vision board. You've got to go full out for the real thing. Make it big as you really are inside. So an example is if your true real desire is to move to the beach and live beachfront, but that seems impossible and I don't want to move away from the people that I love and that would be so expensive. How could I ever make that happen? So what I will choose then is, you know what? I'm going to choose the dream of moving to a lake an hour from where I live now. And it's still water, right? And I don't have to move away from everybody I love. It's just nicer all around. It's still going to be great. But what happens is you put that lake house on the vision board and there's no energy from within you to back looking at it or thinking about it. And so it doesn't happen. It does not pay to water down your manifestations. What pays off? What creates massive results for you is for you to say the real dream, the true dream. That's what it's all about. Now, it's true that if you do this, there's going to be some inner objections that come up, some fears, some doubts that say, oh, we can't do this because of XYZ and ABC and lots of other letters too, like all 26 letters are the reason that we can't make this happen. That's normal and that's expected. And it's so important that we're understanding that creating a vision board is not just about focusing on what we desire. It's also about recognizing when thoughts come up that are not in alignment with our desires, that tell us literally, you aren't good enough or worthy to receive this because of all these reasons. That's guidance too. It's telling you what's within you that's not a match for the thing that you're calling in. And so it's so important that you are aware of the things that are coming up that are not a match for what you are calling in so that you can move them out. And there's a million different ways to do this. You can journal, you can do energy work like I do. But whatever you decide to do, you are choosing to no longer carry these burdens around with you. And you are choosing to realign with the new identity, a person who knows who they are. That's exactly why I have created Best Year Ever, which is your fast pass to ditching the fears, doubts, habits, and repeating cycles that have been keeping you stuck in the past, while at the same time setting yourself up with a custom soul-aligned plan to manifest your biggest dreams and deepest desires in the new year. So if you resonate with an identity that is soul-aligned and manifestations to put on your vision board that deeply align with your soul, inside Best Year Ever, we do this together. Step number 3 to creating a vision board that gets you massive results is using pictures, not just words. Having some words on your vision board are great, some quotes that are really meaningful, a few words like courage, bravery, peace, beautiful. But this thing, and I see so many vision boards like this, it should not be full of words. The number one reason is because when we see words, our brain has to work harder to translate those words into images. If you're looking at a picture every day for 5 or 10 seconds, it is a million times more powerful than if you are looking at a word and having to translate it to a picture. Step number 4 to creating a vision board that gets you massive results is to print out pictures. Do not use magazines, because with magazines you are incredibly limited. You're often going to be picking a picture that is not truly soul aligned. Versus if you go on the internet, do a quick search on Google or Pinterest for whatever it is that you desire to manifest. For example, when I was doing my vision board 5 years ago, I knew I wanted a white kitchen, but I didn't know any details. I had no idea what I was looking for. So I typed in white kitchen and up came like 1,000 white kitchens. And a lot of them, I didn't feel any sort of excitement within me. So I kept scrolling until there was one where I was like, oh, I would love to cook food in a place that felt like that. Yes, that's the one. I saved it to my computer and I had it printed out. No, I did not have a color printer. I sent it to Walgreens or something like that and had it printed out. Now I would use Canva, which you can use for free. You can upload pictures and print it out. You can print it out through them, or if you have a printer at home, you can print it. This might feel like an extra step, but it's actually quicker and easier than moving through magazines, and magazines are just no go, because you're going to be picking a watered down version instead of a picture that truly aligns with your soul. Step number 5 to creating a vision board that gets you massive results is to make it real. Do not create this vision board and keep it on a screen. You might be thinking after step number 4, well, great, I'll just save the pictures to my phone and I'll look at them every day there. Yes, you could do this, but it's not going to bring the same results as it would if you printed out the pictures and put them on a giant poster board. And the reason is because the poster board is tangible. You can touch it. You have already, in essence, made it real. You have done the work of creating this physical representation of what it is that you choose to create. This matters. It matters because all the things that you're putting on this vision board, you desire to make physical. And so by taking this little step of printing the things out and making them a physical print, It's so powerful because your outer world mirrors your inner world. If you're saying here, I'm willing to do a little bit of extra work to print these out and make them physical, that becomes a mirroring within you of, I'm someone who makes things physical. I'm a physical creator. I'm not someone who just creates and doesn't then experience. I am a physical creator. If you want to get more results faster through simple, easy manifestation techniques, check out my water manifestation video here.